recognize that a quorum's here, so let's get started. First order of business is the approval of the minutes for the April 17, 2019 regular meeting and the approval of the let's just approve the regular meeting first.
I'm going to approve regular meeting minutes of April 17th, 2018.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the ayes have it, the minutes are approved. The next thing is to approve the April 30th, 2018 special call meeting, the minutes of that meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved. Second.
All right, all those in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the ayes have it. Okay, this is the carryover item. We're going to carry it over as we start actually, building up the board, building up our advisory board. Does anybody have a nomination for our advisory board?
I thought I would, but we played phone tag about 4 days last week, so we're getting ahead.
I'm going to nominate Dr. Strickland. He has an airplane out there, we talked about it. He's an aviation enthusiast. He's agreed to do it.
Okay, well, I will send to him a little
Okay.
thing to fill out.
I will get you his email
And,
contact.
We are maybe live today on the airport's Facebook page, so we will be putting out notices on that
Good.
to generate more nominations.
Okay. All right. So anyway, so just keep that in the back of your mind as you see people that are aviation enthusiasts or really would have a different skill set that the airport would need. It would be a good opportunity to.
Yes, and when we put it out there on Facebook, we'll list the various types of skill sets that we are looking for.
Okay.
What about the guy you and I met with on his?
He's right there.
Oh, okay, walked in.
And
Excuse me.
he has been helping with the social media.
Okay.
And
very
he is
good.
the one responsible for getting our Facebook page.
Wonderful, thank you.
Okay. Again, all right, so any more discussion on that item? Okay. The update of the Sunny County Airport minimum standards, that's something we need to have in place by probably 1st of July.
If you go back to the minutes, we said we would be renewing our concentration on those in June and July. So probably it'll be more like August when it's finished.
Again, this is just something I want to keep on it so we don't forget it, so don't forget about it, okay? All right, so anyway, that's it. And I think I'm pretty free to help you do some stuff. I've been a little busy with some other stuff.
Well, Vince and Ray are the ones working on the construction and.
One of the things that we need to have is we need to have something where we can say that we don't think this is a good fit for the airport. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be an opportunity, there's going to be some things that we may have that may be a challenge that we don't think this fits well for.
Actually, there's language already in the existing minimum standards that said it is totally at the airport's discretion.
That's real good.
Yeah, because it'd be hard to define the specific to the candidate.
Today, okay. All right, this is what we, fourth item is adoption of the standards for the authority's approval, and management of AIP grants. This was a finding in Warren Acres audit. It was a secondary finding, it wasn't a primary finding, wasn't a material finding, but as far as, because our grants from FAA are more than $270,000, we have to have a single audit, which raises the bar pretty high as far as what we need to do. Started with some stuff that Hank Eubanks gave me with Vulford, and basically crafted, if you will, these standards, these procedures, and kind of operating procedures. I've run by several people, including Warren Averett. Pam's looked at them. This lady that does the grant writing for the city, Stacey McKean, has looked at them. I think they're pretty good. Certainly they would benefit from another set of eyes, but I'd like to go ahead and get them approved, and that way we'll have satisfied the audit requirement. Jack? And Jack, I think that the city has to approve them too.
Okay, let us know.
I mean, I put that as a question to Lisa, because, our audit is your audit, is the exception to your audit, so.
Yeah. Let me know, or Josh, let me know, shoot me an email, and just, and remind me and request to put it on an agenda, and then call me, because I have your email for some reason goes to my spam folder, and I keep saying not spam.
Okay.
And then I've learned now I have to check my spam folder to find your emails.
So anyway,
Call me and let me know you sent me one.
I will do that, and I will follow up with Lisa to make sure that she's okay with that. But it's my opinion, this would clear the exception of the one acre second tier audit, okay?
Let us know.
So I think we do need a motion to approve this, and then, have a motion to approve these procedures.
I'm going to approve these procedures as written.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor of adopting these?
Can we have a discussion?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
I just want to ask, is this a work in progress? Do we feel like that this is it? Or, how easy is it to amend it if we need to
No, I think
add a bullet? Is that easy?
I think it's a work in progress, but what I did is, we've done this 3 or 4 years in a row, as far as, so I did use what I consider best practices.
Okay.
And I had a good template to start with, and kind of modified it I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
They've gone through, I know I edited it, other
Yeah.
people have edited it.
I don't have a problem voting for it at all. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure that if it's something that was more of a, fine-tuned draft, and we're going to make 3 things, we may go to it later, but it sounds like it's already been through a lot of iterations, so that's good.
The last iteration I made, I put in that we have our meetings are on video tape and are available. So we're down to kind of those kind of nuances.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay? All right, all those in favor of approving the approval and management of AIP grants procedures, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the ayes have it, and these are approved.
With much pomp and circumstance.
Hail to the chief.
Anyway, it was a labor of love. The next thing is we're going to kind of move forward on the 2018 AIP grant. That's our next milestone, is to get those funds in. Hank's put together a schedule. Why don't you go through that, Hank, real quickly? I think that's part of your agenda.
We're wrapping up this final review of, the plans since we made the modification to the sewer. All that's done, we're basically just making a fine tune check of everything. We're gonna send out an invitation I'll send an invitation here so you can put it on the city's website. We'll have it published there, we'll put it in the Mobile paper, and we'll advertise a minimum of once statewide, which would be Montgomery and Birmingham, since we exceed the $500 million requirement for state bid laws. And then the advertisements will be on May 20th, 27th, and June 3rd. That'll be the 3 consecutive weeks, one advertisement per week. We'll have a pre-bid on June 1st, and a bid opening on June 8th.
Okay.
And once we get the bids in, get them tallied, I'll go through and certify those bids and make a recommendation in the form of a letter to the board.
And the June 15th date is that Friday before our board meeting, so
Correct, yes.
so we'll have your recommendation for our board meeting.
Yeah.
And we'll probably have the pre-bid meeting at 2 o'clock. What time we have it? 2 o'clock?
I can't remember what it is. I can double check that.
But anybody who wants to go, that's a pretty interesting process. I know Vince probably goes to them all the time, but you get a good sense. You get a good sense of what who's bidding and what their concerns are, and make sure Eric Continuous gets a copy of it too. Okay.
Okay.
And then after that, it lays over for probably a month and 35, 45 days.
Well, basically, we'll give a recommendation to the board on the low bidder. So here we recommend, that contractor A be awarded the job at this price. And then, if you guys agree with that, what we'll do is you'll have to make a motion within the board meeting, the June 18th board meeting, to move forward with making an application for the grant. In other words, processing the grant application. It's not accepting any money or moving forward any money, but it's just a motion to move forward with looking at application. Then that'll go to the FAA, and it'll go through all its chains of command and whatnot, and then around August, September, we should be finding out the money that they're gonna provide. And they've got, all this set up in there, so, okay, unless something goes wrong, it should be good to go this year.
We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah. I think everything's okay.
What is the bid thing?
The bid opening date is
June 8th.
June 8th.
Oh, okay. Okay. And where is that going to be?
Where is that?
That
Maybe right here.
in this room, yes, sir.
Okay.
Pre-bid will be at the airport, in case anybody wants to walk.
June 8th, is that a Friday? I think
It's
so.
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll need to, somebody from the airport authority will need to be there to,
They can be, it's
Yeah.
strictly up to you guys if you want to.
The pre-bid's gonna be where to?
We normally have it in that little small conference room upstairs in the terminal building, and it kind of gets packed, but it ends up kind of moving downstairs. If anybody wants to go over to the site and walk around, we like to have it on site, that way they can, if there's guys that want to walk around and look at the site, they can, we can be there with them, that way they're not walking on the runway or getting out there without.
we can do it in the airport academy if you want to do it there, that room's a little bigger.
We can do that, that'd be great. That's a good idea, really.
Okay, I have a key now, but, yeah, we'll do that, we'll.
You want to do it there? 'Cause I
Yeah, I
can
think that'll be
change
better,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's June 1st?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a professional name for the type of sewer system we're now going with?
It's called an on-site sewer disposal system, OSS.
Okay.
And essentially what it'll be a force main laid inside that 60-foot easement that we established with all the water line, gas lines, all the other utilities. Be a 4-inch PVC or HDPE line, polyvinyl chloride pipe that just runs up, and then there'll be basically a septic tank sitting up in that vacant area where the fence jogs and comes across the new road. That large vacant area right there, there'll be a 1,000 or 1,500 gallon septic tank that disperses out into a series of field lines, just like you have for a residential home.
Well, that's gonna be a force line
It'll be a force main to that tank.
to that tank. The
Then-
tank's gonna be located north of the fuel farm?
Yes, correct. It would be north, in between 32 and the fuel farm.
And we got a Baldwin County, Baldwin
We
County
do have an
permit for
approved
that.
permit. That site was perk tested and approved. The design for that system was approved by the Baldwin County Department of Health, and you do have an active permit.
And as far as you're concerned, the city utility department's on board with it?
Yeah.
That's what Richard told me, yes.
And I too feel, I shouldn't say that, hopefully this will be the year we knock it out of the park.
Okay, we should keep moving since.
Okay? West Side Stream Mitigation Bank, we did not get that project. It went to somebody else. I talked to the lead on Friday. Basically somebody did it cheaper than we were able to do it. So, but we're in the mix for other projects. I mean, I think we've educated the board as to what we're trying to do, and there'll be other projects, and, hopefully we'll get the next one. Anyway, we did not win that one. It was a decision, it was purely an economic decision, so it was a bidding situation. Okay? Flightline managers report. David, who's going to do that?
On the cameras, we've had no activities.
David, come to the table.
Bring your chair.
We should have had your own chair.
So on the cameras, we haven't had any activity since the last meeting. We still need to schedule an off-site meeting
Okay.
with the three of us.
Okay?
Okay,
Let's see if we can-
everything else, I'll let Joe come up and discuss everything else except for the security lights for the T-hangers. Those are on order. We should have those like in a week.
Okay.
So
All right, I think, I got an email from Kyle that there was one PAPI light out and one other directional light out. I think things are in pretty good shape. Is that, Joe, is that fair?
That's correct.
Okay. We're working that pretty hard now. It's something I would appreciate when somebody flies in at night, if you would just send me, if there's something out, to send us an email so that we'll know it, we'll get on it, okay? Bridge over culvert. Our bridge got moved. Where'd our bridge go, Dennis? That big bridge that would
I
be.
don't know, but they moved it.
It was a nice bridge.
One over on 13.
Okay.
I went to Fly Creek.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. That's the bridge, I know it's unrelated, but that's the bridge on the walking trail from Rock Creek to 104. That's the new aluminum walking,
That's a really nice bridge.
big bridge.
Really nice bridge. That's what we'd like to have.
I also wondered what it was out in that field.
Yeah. weather stripping, we've done the hanger that complained the most. And what we'll do is we'll sit down sometime this summer and come up with a
Schedule.
plan, if you want to make it more. We can't do it at $500 a hanger, but we can do it at $200 a hanger. We can do them over a couple of years, but, I mean, I think it's something I mean, those are, I guess the youngest hanger, the newest hanger's out there is 12 years old, and the oldest one is 20 years old. It probably needs to be done. Is that fair, Joe?
Yes, sir. There's a few of the hangars that are fine, and Kyle Clinner has given me a list of companies that I can purchase the weather stripping from. And I have another roll that there's one door I need to fix, but it's an easy fix, just
Could
order.
we just find a handyman, somebody who's just looking for work to do it? I mean, it's not that big, it's not a big.
It's fairly easy. It's just 7 sheet metal screws, you remove them, take the old stripping out, put the new stripping in, and screw it in.
Let me see, I've got somebody I've done.
Now, the door screws it's more involved in the door screws. It is more expensive.
Radio license, I've got a meeting with Roger Himmel with DAT Transportation on Friday to kind of walk me through what needs to be done there. I certainly don't want those to lapse, but, you know, that's something, if both of them are due, one's due in June and one in August, so we won't do that, okay? No authorization?
The email address is in the bottom of that form.
Yeah.
It comes back as undeliverable, so I'm just gonna mail it to the mailing address that's on the bottom.
Okay. So why don't you go over who the notified?
I have David Shear is listed, Chip, yourself, and myself.
Okay, and so you're gonna mail that to that guy?
Yes, sir.
And-
And I call the flight service and just update
Yeah.
it. But-
If, could you make me a copy of that too, so it's my files?
Okay.
And then sealing and paving and aprons. You know, that'll carry over for a while, because we don't, but that is something Hank and I talked about that the other day. That's something that, if we had discretionary money, which we won't for another year, if we finish this large project, that's something that the FAA would reimburse us for. So, I mean, I think we just keep it on there, and we acknowledge that we need to do some of it, and we move forward. Why don't you give us a report on the 5?
The Fraud Boss, which the airport authority purchased, it
Yes.
works great. So,
It's
it's
just not very
a simple device.
That's not very impressive, though.
Yeah, it's a very simple device, it works great.
Okay.
Right.
How often are you doing it?
We did it, we initially received it 3 weeks ago, and then I think we do it once a month. But it piece of sand, it really does a good job.
Do you put it behind your truck, or do you put it behind a golf cart, or what?
We're using one of the crew cars, it's got a towage on it, so we put the ball in it and just drive around it. And it works very well.
Let's don't tell Chip how it works.
Well, it just doesn't look very impressive, you know?
It doesn't, but it works.
Not much to it, really.
Who cares about the looks?
I agree. Now, I have a success story today, and I won't bore y'all with it, but we pay we got $176 a month for a single line to support our AWAS. Well, I got on the phone today with AT&T and kind of drilled down, and they gave me an iPad and a bundle service for $69 a month. They didn't have any other way to, but I got a bundle, I got 5 gigabytes of service. I had to buy a tablet for $10, you know, and whatever. So anyway, we've got a much better deal going forward on the phone, which is amazing. So, all right. Anything else? Anything you want to add or subtract?
On the lights, David Shear is going to purchase, we have 2 lights around, I found a switch, and they're not on photo cells, but 2 of the lights that were not on is because they're on a switch, but the physically turn them on. So there's only 2 lights that are out, they're on photo cells. So that will replace those for 130.
125 apiece, 7,000 lumen LEDs.
LED
They're street security lights. I've never had problems with that.
David, is there anything that you think we need to add to this list, how to keep the ongoing maintenance?
Yeah. These are all going to be photo cell driven, so they're looking like I thought automatic.
Can we get those other 2 on the photos
No, we're just replacing them.
Leave the switch on.
Leave the switch.
Switch. Close it.
Yes, sir. There's two. One is on the second T hanger.
So it's more than the 4 lights that I've had.
Well, there's 4 lights total around, but the 2 that I found were on switch.
Yeah, I'm gonna replace those 2 at the focus
Right.
cells.
And the other 2 that are not.
I think they're all the same.
Right. Animals.
Anything else there?
I did, I flew on Friday night, and there was one runway identifier light that was out on 1-9, and I told Kyle Kleiner about it. He's gonna replace the bulb. But all the lights, everything's working. There was one directional sign that was struck by lightning, so.
We had to order a transformer for that.
Right. Everything else is good.
Okay. Anything else? Treasurer's report, financials are included. I guess the only thing we're spending some money now. I think this month there were two grass cuts in there. That's why we had $6,500 in ground maintenance. But we, basically that's, nothing really out of the ordinary. We did, I guess in the maintenance, we did the Rogers construction was the skylight replacement. The $3,000 from DWTB was a new computer for the AWAS to support the visual card. And then Bill Smith Electric was some catchway lights as far as keeping it in. Any questions about the financials? I do want to comment,
Where were the skylights, just out of curiosity?
they were we replaced, basically the skylights leak on the south, on the south hanger. Okay? We've got like, how many, we have 16 on each hanger?
Skylights. Skylights.
Yeah.
Avionics
And so we replaced 8 on the south hanger because they leaked, and I guess we'll replace them as we go if we need to. Y'all don't seem to, it doesn't seem to be something that really bothers you as far as not having the lighting in there. The water is more of a problem than the lighting. Is that right?
I
Okay.
put LED lights in there a while back too, so.
That's good. Anything else? One thing I want to comment on, we do an annual debt service, kind of a review of our debt service. We've reduced the debt, if you remember, we refinanced the debt last March. We used Bryant Bank. We moved from PNC. We reduced the debt by $275,000 over the last year. The rate went from, we were at a floating rate note at that, last year, so LIBOR plus 140. And now we're fixed at 2.18 for another 6 years. That's a pretty good percentage too. If you look at what we've saved over the last year, we've saved almost $49,000 from the LIBOR floating rate. From what rates, short-term rates have gone up pretty significantly. So just from the last 12 months, we've saved $49,000. So if you extrapolate that over, 6 more years, that's a savings of almost $300,000. And rates are going to continue to go up. So it was a good decision to fix the rate. If we had waited to this year to fix it, in the 5-year treasury, we've saved $21,000 over this year if we'd have gone back and done a 5-year treasury on the same term. So that would have been that's a savings of about $200,000 or about $140,000. So anyway, all in all, I feel pretty good. We made a good decision to refinance the debt. I hope the council concurs.
I'm sure we do.
Okay? All right. Any other business?
Yes.
Okay.
We've been working on expanding our social media presence, and Jim Montgomery has been assisting us, and I'd like to ask him to come up and speak to the launch of our Facebook page.
Yeah, sure.
South William Chair. Anyway, we've got a Facebook page now. It went live today, and Pam and I are going to be working on that. If anybody wants an admin and password and everything, I'll certainly send it to you. But we're going to be using the page to update the goings-ons at the airport. We're going to get to a lot of the city stuff, a lot of events, and I think it'll be really good.
No.
So I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna try to stay on it, at least every week. And, as we have updates on the grants and other stuff that you guys are doing, I just need the information, so I'm kind of new to, the board and what you guys do, but,
So I would ask if he funneled to me, I'll funnel it to him, and we'll keep the content updated.
Photographs included.
Photo,
I
yeah.
think
and-
just cool photographs,
Well, that's another point.
Rare plane comes in.
Well,
Yeah.
that's another point. Ben is going to help us out on getting some new drone footage. So if you could just comment on that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna bring a drone out. I'll get with the airport guys about it, but we'd like to do some videography of the property. And, we can do different videos for different tracks or parcels. And we'll load it up to Facebook page, load it up to YouTube, and we can
The
put.
website.
The website, all the information, we can put all that in there.
Hey, that might be good for your, pre-bid, have a new video, let people look at the east side on that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah,
Just
that'd be
let us
great.
know, I'll get Pam, and as she said, you can bundle, the Q&As through her, but, we'll look forward to helping out, and, just let me know if I can do anything between now and the next meeting, so, let me know.
Thank you very much, Ben.
Any other business? Josh, why don't you give me a report on the lease?
The lease for the public safety hangar. So the board approved that
Yep.
at the most recent meeting in April, well, not the special meeting, but the regular
Yeah.
meeting. And we signed off on the lease, we signed off on the resolution, and I mailed 3 originals to Philip Upshaw at the Department of Public Safety by certified mail. They got those on April the 24th, and so have not received our original copy back yet, but Philip emailed me today and said it just takes a long time.
Because Glen Rocky has to
Through
sign
the,
that.
through the bureaucracy, there in the state, but it's on his radar, and he's gonna send one back to us as soon as he has all of the executed originals, so,
And I took the liberty to start billing him $1,500 a month.
yes.
I mean, I have to send him an invoice or he won't pay that invoice. So I just took liberty, of sending them $1,500 invoice.
Sure, we should keep in mind that the lease was approved in concept by them
Yeah.
before it was presented to the
Yeah.
board, so I don't see any problem at all with going ahead and submitting that invoice.
How long is it? What's the term as far as length?
12,000 a year now.
No,
10 year.
with a 10-year lease.
10-year lease.
With an incremental increase every other year.
2% increase every other year.
Do you send them an invoice monthly?
I have to, I think I'm gonna send them,
They will, if you will type out one for each month, and each day,
That's
they
what I
will
asked.
set the whole year through September 30th, and then in October, they'll take 12 more of them, and you'll never have to do it.
That's what I haven't equal as much time getting our treasurers in the room to do it.
They would prefer to do it.
Thank you, Jack, I appreciate you being
Okay, so
here. Yeah, I guess we're going to executive session for just a few minutes. Can you make a motion or?
Well, the board member would make the motion, but will we resume the meeting or adjourn the meeting
I
after?
think we will not resume the meeting.
Okay, so the motion would be to go into executive session. The meeting will adjourn after the executive session is concluded. And what's the approximate time?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. And is this to discuss Blue Marlin?
It is discussed with Marlon.
All right, then I would, along with that motion, certify that the Open Meeting Act portions relating to land sales and commerce and trade secrets do apply to this executive session.
And we have to specifically invite you, don't we?
Correct. If you want.
Well, let's take a vote.
well, first we make the motion. So I make the motion that we go into executive session, that we invite the airport attorneys, the airport authorities attorney, and that we adjourn the regular airport meeting at the conclusion of the executive session.
I'll say that.
Well,
That's a great ask. Good, yes.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming
We
today.
will adjourn at the end of
The
the.
motion dictated the meeting would adjourn.
Okay, so we're leaving motion.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
We're adjourned.